Firefighters have made progress on day 8 of the Pearly Beach fire, with crews containing the active fire line along the Groeneweide and Panorama border overnight. Mop-up operations are now underway, though authorities warn the risk of flare-ups remaining high due to dense alien vegetation and strong winds. Meanwhile, day 5 of the Stanford fire continues to pose challenges, with crews focusing on inaccessible areas of old vegetation where active fire lines persist. All major roads in that area are currently open, but motorists are warned closures could be implemented at short notice if conditions change. Newzroom Afrika reporter Nasiphi Same joins us now live from there. Nasiphi, it is good news that the fires have been contained and roads are open. What type of conditions then would lead authorities to closing these routes again in case there are flare-ups?
Well, the conditions that could cause officials to close roads and see a flare-up is the conditions where during this fire season it is fairly hot, windy and also quite dry. Those are temperatures we can also anticipate throughout the region of the Western Cape. And as you put it, the fires in the Overstrand Municipality, wildfires, have kept authorities on high alert, on their toes for over a week now, both in Stanford and in Pearly Beach. And they've caused quite the havoc when it comes to the area that they've covered as well, using ground and aerial support. But to talk to us more, I am joined by Lester Smith, who is the fire chief here in the Overstrand Municipality. But it seems fairly calm. Is this the calm before the storm?
Good morning. Yeah, we currently at the ICP in Stanford. So as we speak, we're currently busy planning for today's period, or what our strategy will be. So at this stage, we still have a long line on the Groeneweide area. So with the landowners ourselves, we will see what strategy will be the best for today. The wind prediction will pick up a little bit later, again to around about 30 kilometers an hour, southeasterly. And obviously, it's going to be hot today. So the predicted weather, 33, 34 degrees with this wind, and that is favorable for runaway felt conditions. So at the Stanford fire, we managed to contain some of the lines, but there are still 2 lines that is a concern for us at this fire, hence the Groeneweide line as well as the one further north. So we do have resources on that line as well. We have Overberg assisting on that, Overberg District Municipality with landowners and also ground teams. On this line, we're going to put in the landowners, the Overstrand Municipality, with our working on fire crews as well as our VWS teams, just to see if we can contain this line as well at the Stanford fire. So the Stanford fire, a couple of lines we managed to contain. However, there's still 2 active lines that we need to give attention to today as early as possible.
The Pearly Beach fire, day 8 currently. During the course of the week, it seemed like, everything was, I don't want to say under control, but we saw a flare-up yesterday. Yeah,
that's why I said when we do our planning, we need to look at the prediction for the specific period. And because of the temperature that's going to be in the 30s today, as well as the wind prediction, it's already picking up. We can expect flare-ups. That is why with both ICPs, we must do a regular planning. So as we plan for this fire, they are currently also busy with planning on the other side of Pearly Beach, and that also gives you some idea what you need to put in place. For example, like yesterday, part of our planning, we anticipated that the fire will go down. If there's going to be a flare-up, it will go down to Newzroom, and that happened yesterday. So when that happened, resources was put in, and we've also diverted the Oryx helicopter to that side. So this morning, our people went in to make an assessment. So luckily for us, due to our strategy and our plans that was in place, we managed to divert the fire away from Newzroom. So as we speak now, no confirmed structures was lost, although there is some informal houses on on that area, but nothing was lost there, so that is good news for us. There was also 3 other houses that also was on the threat. We've managed to divert it past the 2 houses, and currently we're working on the 1 house that is still in that pathway if the fire is going to come down there. So we've also put in ground teams, we put in resources, but again, as the day goes on, conditions for favorable runaway fires, we can expect that. And then we also do get other calls between that we also need to attend to.
I mean, you've been dealing with 2 simultaneous fires this past week, I would say, about 5-8 days. However, yesterday there was a flare-up kilometers away from where we are, still in the Overstrand Municipality in Mount Pleasant. What challenges did that fire present?
Yeah, 3 days ago we had a flare-up just, say, 10 kilometers from this fire. That was a Stanford fire. That fire started on the 20th of December. That was a flare-up. Yesterday we received a new call. So the Mount Pleasant Roadway, that was an incident on its own. So we received that call yesterday as well, and we've dispatched some of our crew. And upon arrival, they found they will not be able to catch the fire because it was already in the mountains. So we diverted again. After we've managed to divert the fire away from Ileksoweni, we've managed to send that aerial appliance through to Hermanus. And the firefighter on the ground, or the officer on the ground, also informed us it's already in the mountain. So through provincial government, they also sent another resource. So we had 2 aerial resources on that fire because that is one of the highest risk in the Overstrand area. So we've managed with our vehicles as well as City of Cape Town. They've also, at that time when we received that call, myself and the City of Cape Town's fire chief, we were busy with a planning meeting in Pearly Beach, and he immediately sent me some of the vehicles from his Salori's Power Station, his Strand station, that is around about half an hour to 45 minutes away from them. So in an hour and a half, that fire was basically contained. But as we speak, there is still some areas of concern. So we still have one of our vehicles there, as well as the working on fire team, to make sure that they put out all the hotspots, because we can't afford another runaway fire. So as we speak, Overstrand currently dealing with 3 major fires. Luckily for us, the Mount Pleasant Rotary fire, it is contained, but we must make sure that we do proper mop-up due to these conditions that we experience currently.
Lester, we'll have to leave it there. That is the fire chief of the Overstrand Municipality giving us a breakdown of 8 days of firefighting efforts or operations in the Overstrand Municipality, dealing with 3 simultaneous fires. And this week has been categorized by runaway fires, evacuations, and also men and women who are battling actively the fire. And what we are going to do is to be visiting the number of areas, particularly Pearly Beach and the Eqolweni informal settlement, where evacuations there were effected yesterday. But we also know that the code red in the Overstrand municipality still stands. That was declared sometime this week.
A very busy couple of days for those firefighters. Nasiphi Same out for us in the Western Cape.